Katie Gallagher.
Which actually, Katie Gallagher, sorry to cut you off.
Oh, that's okay. What?
Kind of made things rough for us this weekend because it's a friend of Ashley who's an amazing color. She's magical. That's her catchphrase is magical. And she does a clothing styling. So as my wife stopped working with us because we were having a baby, Ashley just started working with us. So she kind of came in at the right time, and she was, this young, cool girl. So Nick was like, "Wait a minute, want to style for us?" So
She's
she was
really,
still
really
assisting.
good at styling.
Yeah, she's still assisting, and she's traveling on every show with us, doing all the clothing. And now she's come through the ranks, and she's been with us 4 years, and she's an amazing colorist, as well as an amazing stylist. So she's friends with Katie Gallagher. She talks to her. Last week we were in Austin. She talks to her, and Katie's like, "I would love to do your clothes. You can borrow whatever you want." So Ashley sends her an email. "This is what I want." All excited. So I'm excited because I'm like, that means I get to use the new clothes that we're using in Austin last week. This is great, So Friday night, packing up the wardrobe, getting ready to leave, and she's like, and she looks at me like she saw a ghost. I'm like, what's going on? She's like, "I have bad news. Katie canceled." I'm like, okay. So what's that mean to me? I'm like, I'm not going to Toronto because they're all in Toronto this weekend. I'm like, I'm not going to Toronto. What's that matter to me? I don't care. And then she's like, "So I need to take the clothes." I'm like, "What?"
Say
like,
what?
I'm like, "What? You call Katie now." Which, if you know me and you see my serious, angry voice, you'll laugh. Go, "Really?" So, we're both sitting there, we're like staring, we're like, "How do we tell Nick?" Oh, and that's always the fear. He's like the nicest person, but that's always fear. How do we tell Nick? And
Yeah, it's like, how do we tell Dad?
Yeah, I didn't break it. So, we're trying to figure out how to tell him, and finally he just sees us like, "What's going on with you guys? What's up? What's up?" Because he knows us so well. He's like, "I know something's going on. What's going on?" I'm like, "Well, Katie canceled." He's like, "Yeah, so we got extra clothes. Just, figure out what James is going to take, and we'll take that other stuff." I'm like, "Oh, God." Kicked and screamed and, went in the back and cried. And
It's okay. These clothes worked out fine.
yeah, made my mascara run. And so, yeah, but these clothes actually are great, because I'm so oblivious to clothing. My wife shops for me, so I'm like, "Do we even have clothes?" And it's like, Ashley's like, "How many times have we done this? How many outfits do you think we have?" I'm like, I don't know. I have no idea. So, but she still pulled it together, so even though she's not here, she pulled our clothing together. And so, but anyway, so Katie Gallagher, we did that show.
Yeah, we did the Katie Gallagher fashion show. She presented. Her clothes are pretty, what is it? They used the word neo-minimalist, I believe is how they described it. I was like, what? But we did her hair for Fashion Week, and all of our models, they just wore really high ponytails. And they kind of looked like aliens. It was pretty neat. But we also worked with Dennis and Dennis on a few shows. And it's pretty inspiring just going on those shows and seeing what's going on in fashion, and then we take it back to the salon and we, start using it in our everyday life.
And the reason why we brought Dennis and Dennis on is we really want to try and change the way people look at it, because so many times you go to these fashion shows and I did a few way back when we first opened in 2001 with Nick, and I would do one girl and the rest of the team would do like 97 girls, and then they would go and redo my girl. And, so, we'd be there, and you do this style, and, the person you met with the day before is like, "Perfect, love it, love it, love it." Suddenly someone comes in, "What is that?" Whoa, like big drama. And you're like, "Okay, who are you?" Like, "I don't want curly, I want straight." And you're like, "Okay, who are you?" I'm like, I'm the designer." It's like, "Okay, well, where were you yesterday when your, I guess, assistant told us this was perfect? Now we have 2 minutes to make everybody straight, So I couldn't deal with that. So that's when we kind of thought about it. We're like, why are these people that have nothing to do with hair dictating what's going to look good? We need to, the hair and the makeup and the clothes need to kind of go together. Yeah, it's a fashion show and it's about the clothes, but they kind of need to jive, So we're trying to get that. So that's why we brought Dennis and Dennis on, is to try and get that voice on the other side. I did the John Frieda ad campaign recently, which I think is kind of very interesting. It's John Frieda, but they don't use their own colorists. So I've done it a couple times for them, which, I don't get credit, but I get the tears. My name is Nor, but which I don't really mind. But I've been with Nick so long, and I've been behind the scenes, so I'm really not, I'm here today doing this, but I'm not so much about having my name be out there and everybody know me. So to do that, I'm like, yeah, great, I'll do that. Which the funny thing is, the first time I did it, the ad came out, and everyone's like, that's your work. I'm like, where? Oh, I did that? Oh, because it's going from here to a print ad. It's totally different once I get it all styled out. So I did that recently, and the best thing was, I just had to do 2 girls' hair. One of them was going to the U.S. Open, and then it rained all day, so it ended up raining out. So she rushed me. I got paid for putting the glaze on her, which is amazing. Nicest person ever, though. And the photographer was, I was talking to Patrick about it, and he's like, what is it, Patrick Demasier or something like that? I have no idea what his name is really. But Patrick's like, who? And it's just because I'm really into hair and the surroundings. We were talking about it last week. It's a lifestyle. This is our lifestyle. Our days off. Today's my day off. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday is my day off, and I'm here. So this is what we do. This is how we do it. It's not a job. Yes, it's a career, but it's more, like I said, a lifestyle. So for me, I'm more concerned with, the people up here today, seeing what they're doing and seeing what they say is going on. I'm not so concerned about the photographers who take the picture. I'm not so concerned with the stylists who are doing the clothing. I'm more interested in, seeing what Chris and John are going to do later, and then Kelly even after that. So that's my passion. And just living the life and doing this and enjoying it and getting out there and sharing our ideas and meeting people and getting their ideas. And then being fortunate enough to work with someone like Emily, who is a young stylist and is just blossoming, and to see her ideas and, running with it. She did a presentation, because she finished a program. She did a presentation for us, and it was supposedly a really amazing presentation.
You missed it.
I missed it. I was fortunate enough, one of my more favorite brands was playing, and they're friends of friends. So they got us backstage passes, so that's where I was. But I kind of snuck out. I was like, yeah, I was there.
Yeah.
She's like, really? I saw your Facebook posting. You were backstage. I was like, that was yesterday? Oh, wait, day before? So, but, so she has a really amazing presentation. It's something that, motivates our staff. So it's, that's where we get motivated from. Someone asked last night, that's where we get it. That's where we get it, the young kids in the salon. Because they're going to try things that I've tried and failed at, or tried and forgot about, where they're going to get out there and do it. And so it's so great. That's another reason why I love going into school to teach, to see what's going on in the school and to see what they're doing. So, and it's nice to see those errors. I was in there the other day, and I was going to be coloring one of the students' hair, bleach and tone, virgin bleach and tone, at 5:30 in the evening, and I walk into the school at 5:15, and she's still highlighting. I'm like, so you're not going to be in my chair at 5:30? So, and looking at it going, wow, you're not even going to be in my chair today. Like, what's she going to do with this girl? And then I was like, so what are you thinking here? What are you doing? And she was like, well, and just to hear her thought process behind it, I was like, wow, that's not even a way I would think of it. And she's in my chair at 5:45. I didn't get on the salon until 9, because it took a little longer than I thought. But, just to see her, I'm panicking for her, and she's not even thinking about it. She's like, yeah, I'm just going to do da-da-da-da-da-da. And she pulled it right out, and it was amazing. So I'm just going to throw these last couple foils in. I'm almost out of time here, so I just have this little bit to go. But you can see what I've done is basically created a C around the ear in that circular pattern idea, a C around the ear. All the stuff that's been pre-done on this side, you can see really nice kind of falls. So I'm going to finish this up. We're going to process her. I'll be bringing her back this afternoon, and I'll be going from there. And when I come back later today, I'll let you know what we glazed with. In my head, I'm thinking, we're really kind of playing with, the golds a lot lately. I don't know if I want to go straight gold, but I'm thinking maybe like a 1003 and maybe trying to make it a bit of a strawberry. So 1003 was a natural gold, level 10, and then throw in a little bit of strawberry with like an 8-stroke 4-3, which is a red gold. So, but just a little drop to make it a strawberry, not to make it red. So, and I think sometimes it's, we overdo it when we're given that chance to go and, do what we want. Sometimes I think we take it too far. And I think we need to step back. And, I was saying this last night, or, pretty much say this every show. We're given the opportunity. You have a client that says, do whatever you want. And, our lights just go, yeah, whatever we want. and suddenly, you know, they have a shaved head, they got a square in it, there's a circle over here, and we're putting this color on. So suddenly you see this like big mess, and you're like, wow, what do I do? Okay, I see a strong haircut, I see a strong color, but I don't see really anything. I think if you have a really strong color, you do a complementary haircut. You do, not as in free, to complement the style. You do a really strong cut, you complement it with a color. You know, so that's what I'm looking forward to later today, is doing the little soiree with Kelly to see what he's going to do and go from there. You know, I've seen my model, you know, because she's around all weekend, so, you know, I have an idea of what I'm going to do, but once he cuts it, that will tell me what I'm really going to do. Now that I'm to the front here, like I said, you know, as I move to the front, I do a little bit more of the lighter. So I did do a lightener in the yellow foil. Then I went through and I did the high lift blonde, and now I'm doing another lightener. So the front's going to be a little bit stronger and a little bit heavier. So I was worried about talking for 45 minutes, but I'm over time here. I learned that from Nick.
He loves to talk.
Yeah, it's probably one of my more favorite parts of the day is when he's like, I'm not feeling it today, you need to talk. And I'm up there, I'm like.
He doesn't give you a chance.
So, 2 more foils, and
hey, man.
See, I'm being pulled off, see?
No. Have you had fun? Yeah? I just loved listening backstage to the entire presentation and just all the really cool thoughts and ideas that you broke down. I mean, I love the gold to the two parts of gold to the 1 part of pearl, and the work is just amazing. You know, it's just really interesting. I love the way that you incorporate so many colors into the results that you do.
And this is a normal day in the salon. You know, I'm behind the chair 3 to 4 days a week. You know, so these are clients. You know, it's not. I'm not up here preaching saying this is what we do, and I go to another town. I go, this is what we do. This is what we really do, because I'll be in the salon. Actually, I'll be in the salon Wednesday. You know, so it's just another day at work, really. And like I said, we're fortunate enough that we've worked with these girls, so I know what we're doing. I know what we're working on. Here's my finish. Beautiful. So you can see the little C pattern and the C pattern round. You know, so basically taking that circle and cutting it in half, placing it around the ear, a little bit bigger around the ear, and you'll see how it just kind of moves. Works great with, you know, pretty much any haircut. You know, obviously you can't go too short because you're going to see the spots, but anything with texture, you can see how, you know, it's going to fall through here. Emily's going to do a great job finishing it off, and so we'll see you here in a little bit.
Awesome.
How you doing, Emily?
Good. I just completed
Give a little look.
my little S pattern wave. You can see it just kind of spiced it up a little bit. Go ahead and stand up here. I think she looks really great. It brings out the color a lot too. Gives it a lot more movement. When I cut her hair, I did a technique that we call a swing layer. So it's basically just internal layering with the razor. I kept my outline pretty strong, and then I went through underneath, and I just took out a lot of weight. She has so much hair, and so I wanted to give her hair a lot more movement, but I wanted to keep the length. So we just sectioned off the top and did a short to long motion with the razor, kept our outline pretty strong, and then we let the top fall, and we just tipped into it and kind of let it create a bit more swing and a bit more movement. And that's what allowed me to get this great shape and
Beautiful.
all these little waves. And so you can see I pushed her bangs either way, either or. Gives her some versatility, and she's ready to go out.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a huge hand to Arrojo Studios, Emily and James Edick.